You know, it's kind of interesting. I decided to go on a walk today. Not for any particular reason or whatever, but I just decided to go on a walk. Well, I'm walking through my town. Got some cool pictures of some train tracks. Got some cool pictures of some of the art that's on the buildings here. Well, saw the memorial we've got here. Decided to stop by. And no, this ain't about the memorial in and of itself. It's about a part of the memorial. And a very particular part that has nothing to do with the message of the memorial whatsoever. This is about the trash cans. Take a look. If you need to, rewind the video. I am slowly turning around in a circle. Do you see any litter anywhere? Nowhere. You see salt on the road? You see some snow? That's it. Well, there's some there. But check it out. Clearly people use the trash can. So there's people coming through here that have trash. But look around. Do you see any? No. There's plenty of places that I go that are completely trashed. Even the place that I go to work, the Hill Air Force Base, that has trash on the streets there. Not here. It just seems kind of weird. Well, I guess not weird. It just seems odd that there are places with bigger social programs going on for trash and sanitation and whatnot than what our city has here. And yet their streets are littered with garbage. Now, granted, we have way less people here, but their streets are littered with garbage. There's places that have problems with people literally shitting all over the sidewalk that put millions upon millions of dollars into their social programs. But look around. No fucking trash. None. None whatsoever. I think this goes into a difference between societies and cultures of people who live in a big city. I'm going to continue on my walk while I'm talking. I think it goes into a difference between people's societies and cultures of living in a big city as opposed to a small town. I'll kind of raise my voice because the traffic volume. But yeah, I don't see the problems with vast amounts of homeless people, because you'd think that if it was just a problem with the human condition, that it would be everywhere, right? And especially in some of our public areas. But it's not. We have major cities in the United States right now that spend millions upon millions of dollars on social programs, trying to solve the homeless problem, trying to literally clean shit off of their streets. We are starting to see some litter. Yeah, I know I'm fat and I'm out of shape. coming up on my 30s. 30 next month, yay. But back to what I was talking about. Like, I'll go through areas and places like Ogden, or even a military base like Hill Air Force Base, and there's trash everywhere. Why? And to be honest, I don't fucking know. I'm not asking it as a rhetorical question, as if I have some sort of answer. I honestly don't know. I don't know. But it is an issue. And yet here where I live, out here in Tremont, we don't have those issues. And maybe Tremont is particular. I don't know. Maybe it is peculiar in that people don't like to litter. But, I mean, I've been walking around. I'm not seeing a whole lot of litter. I'm not seeing trash everywhere. I'm not seeing shit piled up on the streets. So it makes me think that it has more to do with it's a small town versus a big city issue. So I'm just kind of putting thoughts together while I walk, but what would cause the difference between a small town and a big city? Well, I mean, obviously you got more people, right? In a big city over a small town. So maybe they just have more of the bad apples, because, I mean, you gotta think, out of every so many people, there's bad apples. So in places where there's more people, there's gotta be more bad apples, right? More people that just throw trash out on the streets, more people that just take shits on the streets, more people that don't take responsibilities of their lives and go get jobs and actually fucking work. I don't know. But without doing some sort of deep dive research or anything, that seems to be very likely to me. I mean, I had to light a cigarette there. But you have people that live stacked on top of each other in areas that constantly smell like garbage. And the most famous big cities in America are right next to the ocean, so maybe it smells like dead fish or something. I don't know. I mean, the only super big city that I've spent a lot of time in and walked around in was Chicago. I mean, I visited San Diego and San Francisco. Never been to New York City myself, but as far as Chicago goes, like, I never noticed any particular smell or nothing, so maybe that does away with the smell argument. But I mean, you stack people on top of each other like cordwood, and I mean, maybe that's what causes some of their standards to slip. I don't fucking know. But I don't know. Oh shit, the cigarette went out. Hang on. There we go. I mean, in Chicago, you'd see all kinds of fucking cars constantly passing. You'd see all kinds of people all around me. You don't see that here. I mean, Maybe I'm just biased or something, but maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe this is as densely populated of an area as you want. I mean, I'm sure that we've seen, I haven't really been paying attention, but I'm sure that we've seen pieces of trash on the sidewalk or on the road in the camera while I've been walking. Surely, because it is a city, and that's part parcel of having a city, is having people that don't really give a fuck, the bad apples. But I'm not really seeing a whole lot of it. Whereas when I was walking around in Chicago, I saw a lot of trash everywhere. I hear stories about New York City with bags of trash being piled up everywhere, and they've got a rat infestation problem there. We've got enough room in our country. It's just people want that big city fucking life. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I honestly don't know. I'm not going to pretend I have all the answers or anything. But outside of a couple services here that'd be nice as luxuries, we've got everything we need here. We've got a dentist, we've got a fucking major hospital, we've got several choices of grocery stores, several choices of restaurants, several choices of fast food joints, several choices of banks. This is it. This is small town America. This is it. This is the fucking dream. To me. But what do I know? I'm just some dumb fuck blue collar worker. Works on aircraft for a living. Living out in the middle of nowhere. Well, not really out in the middle of nowhere. Because, look around. It's nice. It's fucking nice. It's literally the idyllic, stereotypical small town America. It's fucking amazing. I'm living the dream. Yeah, I wish I could make more money? Yeah, that'd be fucking amazeballs. Who doesn't want more riches and wealth? Nobody does not want more riches and wealth. I don't care if you're communist, Marxist, capitalist, anarcho-capitalist. I don't care who you are. Let's go ahead and cross the street. Hell, we got this shit right here for crossing the street. Rather than just fucking stop signs, there's places smaller than this all over the goddamn place. I kind of wonder how much of our population lives in areas like these as opposed to the big cities. I know the big cities, as far as population-wise, outnumber the small towns, but I kind of wonder what the percentage-wise is. How many people live in places like this? Just one main street. That's it. Not blocks and blocks and blocks of businesses. Granted, this main street goes for blocks and blocks and blocks, but sprawling outwards. You go 2 blocks away from Main Street and it's residential areas. So I wonder if this is some of the disconnect that's going on. Again, I'm just coming up with thoughts as I'm walking. I wonder if this is where some of the disconnect is going on, with people believing certain ways about COVID or election results and basically anything fucking controversial. How much of that is due to small towns versus big city? I do think that's a question worth asking and exploring. But yeah, I'll leave it at that because traffic's getting a bit busier. It's getting a bit noisier. What's up, man? I'm gonna go ahead and let him go. He's got places to be. I don't give a fuck because it's my weekend. I'm walking around for fun. I got nowhere to be. Yeah, and look there. That's kind of a prime example. People drive that type of vehicle here all the fucking time. Like, I'll have to end up downloading some sort of software editing tool for YouTube videos, not to change up what my content is, but just so I can slow down and look at some of this shit, because I kind of plan on doing more of these walks, and seems like it's a good way to get just a little bit of exercise for my fat ass self. You know what? Let's go down there. This might be a prime fucking example of what I'm talking about. All right. So that's Main Street. Main Street. The Main Street. All right, never mind. That's not an actual road. We're not gonna walk down there because I don't want to trespass or nothing. I ain't fucking Logan Paul or some dumb motherfucker like that. I ain't gonna go on someone else's property for the sake of a YouTube video. I don't do this shit for views anyway. And if anybody sees this in the future, you should probably look at the date and time of this video and watch the previous video. Yeah, we'll just look around. It's completely fucking different. Completely different lifestyle. Completely different thought process. I mean, how many places do you go and mostly see super compact cars and all that shit? I guarantee you that if someone's looking at this video later on and they're from a big city, they've probably seen more trucks in this little snippet video of me walking around than they've seen in car commercials. You gotta think, like, each car commercial has one truck. Sometimes they show a lineup of 5 trucks or so. We got trucks everywhere. Because that's how it is out here. It is just how it is. Got a lot of agriculture, got a lot of hunting and whatnot. So people buy trucks to do that. Those people's friends get jealous that they have a truck, and so they buy a truck. A lot of fishing too, so people use them as what I call toy haulers. So they use it to haul 4-wheelers and fishing boats and stuff like that. But I mean, it seems like there's just this huge disconnect between how people in small towns like this, which are all over the fucking place. I mean, if you've never seen a small town like this, maybe you should get in your car and just drive out of the city you live in for 30 fucking minutes. Take a stop at a few exits on the interstate every once in a while. get a glimpse into some of these communities. I mean, it's interesting. I actually never really thought about it before today. I mean, I thought about the big city versus small town thing before today, but I mean, I never really thought of perhaps there's people that have just lived in those big fucking cities. I'll call them mega cities. Judge Dredd reference there. Maybe there's people that have only lived in those cities. Hey, what's up? Maybe there's people that have only lived in those mega cities their entire life. And they've never experienced anything like this. I mean, maybe as a young kid or a teenager or something, this is probably not the ideal place. There ain't a whole lot of nighttime hangouts and whatnot. However, talking with people that I work with, and they talk about all the little shenanigans and hijinks their kids get up to. I mean, they find plenty of shit to do. They go out, have bonfires, they go mudding, they go hunting. Sometimes they just go hang out, just enjoy each other's company for a while. They go out to one of the larger towns around the area that has a movie theater. They go watch a movie or something, but like, we got gang problems in Ogden, and I'm sure we got them coming into Brigham City. I'm in Utah, by the way. But you got gang problems in those areas, but those are bigger cities. Granted, Brigham isn't as near as big as Ogden, but I mean, Ogden, Roy, Riverdale, Clinton, all those areas are just one big fucking sprawl, whatever. It's not like Chicago or New York City, so you don't got skyscrapers or nothing, but it's just one big fucking urban sprawl. And I'm not even talking like suburbs and whatnot, just business upon business upon business, just blocks and blocks and blocks of just, no one lives there, they just go there to work. And they go there to buy things. And so, whenever businesses close or when day traffic goes down, they're pretty much abandoned. So you literally have miles of areas of a city that are pretty much abandoned during some times of the day. And I don't know, maybe that's part of it too. Just huge areas of businesses with no one living there. I don't know. Again, just coming up with thoughts while I'm walking around. But yeah, see, point proven. 1, 2, 3 trucks, SUVs, Jeeps, whatever. Probably never see that shit in a larger city or quote unquote more developed area. Whatever. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Like I said in my last video, I'll probably watch this just to see what I said in case someone tries to accuse me of anything or whatever, and make sure I have what I've said straight. But yeah, to me it seems to be an interesting quandary, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but maybe some of the disconnect we're having in politics and different things right now isn't just right or left or conservative or liberal or Democrat or Republican. Yeah, I know there's more political parties. I'm not a part of any of them. I'm registered as non-affiliated, but anyways, rabbit hole. But maybe that's where we're getting a lot of this disconnect in society. It's not necessarily principles and beliefs that people think about constantly and hear on the news and shit. Maybe it's just small town versus big city.